is the real life. She came to me one morning, one lonely Sunday morning, her long hair flowing in the midwinter wind. I know not how she found me, for in darkness I was walking, and destruction lay around me from a fight I could not win. Asked me name my clothing, I said the need within some men to fight and kill their brothers without thought of love or God. And I begged her give me horses to trample down my enemies. So eager was my passion to devour this waste of life. No such misconceptions, but when you meet me, be assured I won't be far away. Thus having spoke, she turned away, and though I found no words to say, I stood and watched until I saw her black cloak disappear. My labor is no easier, but now I know I'm not alone. burns like a fire inside. Look out my window. Sometimes it's hard to see things you want in life come and go so easily. She took the last train out of my heart. She took the last train, and now I think I'll make a brand new start. She took the last train out of my heart.
Hello, good evening. Alright, I've got everything set up now in this new OBS version. You know what? I thought it was going to be better. It's honestly exactly the same, which you know what? I'm very happy with. Changes aren't always great, but we are, I think we're actually going to finish most of the C library tonight. We're actually on most of the last part. Or we have most of the basics done. So what my goal has been, it's been a while since I've actually talked about this, since like a week. My goal has actually been to get it set up to make a server for the game I was working on before, Fatfish Online. So basically all we have to do now is make the socket class for the server and everything's set up. So I think we're good. Let's just jump straight into that. And off stream, I actually went ahead and I converted, so these SHA-1 and base 64, I didn't do these on stream. These were actually, before I was just using public domain code files for this, and I actually found a bug with this base 64 decode. The way the public domain code was coded before is someone could have fed in bad data to the base 64 encoding, and it would basically stick in a while loop forever, or a buffer overflow, I think. So really important to look at stuff like that. Is everything still working? Okay, it is. Good. Anyways, so I did that off stream, base 64, SHA-1. I did examples for these too. You can feed in strings and it'll SHA-1 hash it, base 64 encode it. I also used these examples to check the SHA-1 and base 64 to other implementations to make sure it matched up, and it did. So that's really nice to have, and so the main reason I did this is we need base 64 and SHA-1 to do the WebSocket handshake, which is what we need for the server. So anyways, what we're going to do now is we're going to create the example for random. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to print out a bunch of different types of random values. signed int between 50 200, or wait, between 1 and 100. So is there a 64-bit X? L hex, LL hex. Okay. And then finally, we're going to do random bytes and a random string.
Nachos. Steamy.
Random letters. We're gonna do this to generate random ASCII. Alright, there we go. That's quite the example. It shows off nearly everything. So I think next we're going to do data map, which is basically just a file-based or stream-based implementation of the hash map. Yeah, so I'm thinking there's really no downside in making it stream-based instead of file-based, because it's just an extra function called the stream write. Like whether or not it's writing to a file or memory stream, the file writing is still going to be the main overhead. Where is this plus equal from 32 to even 8? That's right here. Alright, I just gotta fix these few little warnings. Oh, there's actually errors too. Cannot convert from pointer to... Oh, that's not a pointer. I forgot about that. So we'll fix that next. They're just pointer cast warnings. Yep, there we go. Oh, yeah, so all of these are supposed to just be actual values. I'm so used to doing pointer references for everything. There we go. If our random numbers actually work. Alright. Generating different random values. -100 to 127, 32-bit unsigned integer, 64-bit, real number, bytes, letters. So the letters are actually going to be a good way of checking if it's actually random. Yeah, that's repeating any letters or doing anything. We'll just run this a few times actually. Yeah, it actually, yeah, good distribution. It's so interesting how just random letters are actually Nufto, Asa. You get some things that almost sound like actual words. Anyways, there we go. There's our random example. Or an example of how to use the random number generating functions. Alright, now we're going to do... I don't know if I want to call it data map or stream hash map. I almost feel like calling it stream hash map because that's what it is. I just called it data map before. Streamed hash map. S hash map. Just like how I did MT for multi-threaded array, S for stream hash map. I feel like it should be stream hash map like this. Yeah, let's just go with it. Alright, so this is going to be just like the hash map, except for instead of storing the data in a buffer, I'm going to store it in a stream. Oh yeah, it's actually, we're going to do 64-bit. lookup keys. So that's going to be a key part of this. This is supposed to be used for way bigger hash maps. Things that you would potentially need to be storing in a file. It's so big. A stream. Yeah, so now instead of there actually being a pointer to the values... Oh, this is going to be interesting. So, the hard part of this is going to be right here. So before, in this, when it resizes the map... Oh, I remember what I did for this before. Okay, so first of all, let me explain the issue. The map... Okay, so when it's in memory, the hash map, the actual map, the table of values that the hashes are cut to. So even though, like, let's say you have a 32-bit hash, it can have like 2 billion possible values. So you're not going to have a table of 2 billion values if your hash map only has like 5 entries. So what you do is you make it like, if you have like 5 entries, you'll do like a size 8 or 16 table, so that there could be some collisions, but it's pretty unlikely to have some collisions when there's 5 and 16. You might have 1 or 2 collisions. And then, let's say you add more in, another element, and you go, oh, now we got 8 elements, let's make the hash map 32, table 32, so there's less collisions, or they fit in better. I allocate new memory, and then you have to re-index all the values to their new hashes. So the hashes, the way this calculates is, I think the code should actually be here. Oh yeah, HV new map size. So it's the hash value modulo the map size. So when you change the map size, it actually changes the index of where things are stored in the map. So you need to re-index everything once you change the map size. The issue is in the stream, is it's not like this where you can go and open another file or just open another stream to go and copy all your data over and then close the other file. That's a really bad approach. So what I actually did last time, I remember now, constant map size. So right away you say, like, you're gonna have 1 million objects in our map, or... I still feel like that's not... I hate that approach though, because then you're still technically limited. I want to think of some approach where I can copy without opening another stream. The only thing I can think of right now is expanding the stream a giant amount and then basically writing the data, basically copying all the data down so that there's a giant empty gap of where the new data can go, and then it re-indexes the old data that's now below to the giant gap, but then you end up wasting a bunch of memory that's then deleted or truncated from the file. And then that's the other thing, is like the Stream API doesn't include truncation, because it's like just not something that exists on like network streams and memory streams, console streams. So I honestly almost feel like having it copy from one file to another and just saying screw the stream approach, just accept the fact that this is going to be a file-based hash map. So then it just creates a new file, or it renames... Do I have a rename function? File name. I don't think I have a file rename function. I have file size, file exists. Okay, we're gonna need a file rename function. API rename file. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to rename the file, and then we're going to create a new file with the new map size, and then delete the old file. Ah, man, I still feel like it's a really bad approach. Let me see what the Linux rename file function is. It might be the same for Windows. But yeah, what are the pros and cons of resizing the file? I think so. The first thing I'm going to accept is with this stream hash map, it should have massive padding and basically start out at like 1,000,000 entries or something, just because of how expensive it is to expand. So it should expand way less, and when it does expand less often, and when it does expand much larger. But yeah, like I said, creating another file and deleting it might just be wasteful though, because of the way the operating system would handle the files. I'm almost thinking it is more efficient to do what I was talking about, where I copy it to the bottom of the stream buffer and then re-index it up above. Yeah, rename function. Okay, apparently I don't even need to create. I guess maybe I can just do rename file. What does it return? I'm guessing it returns -1 if it fails. Zero is returned on success. There we go. I think I'm just going to do the new file approach, because that's easiest. And we're going to rename this to file, the file hash map, because that's what it is. Or maybe F hash map? Big hash map? Maybe big hash map. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it big hash map. Stored in a file. Okay, so this is the interesting thing. Do I just want to deal with this like, just have a file pointer here? I might just do that. Because I mean, why have the stream overhead? It's going to need to be 64-bit now. What is this song? Oh my god. Also gonna need to store the file name. Oh, I just remembered. Changing this to void has a lot of benefits. This was something I was going to go through and do before, so I didn't have to cast this each time. Oh yeah, and I might do that with this hash right here too. To do it or not to do it? I'm not going to do it. We're going to do it down. We are going to do it here though.
Do you wanna lay down with me? Say, Pepper, do you wanna lay down by my side? Baby, do you wanna lay down with me? Say, baby, say, baby.
File path. There we go. I wonder if actually this should be a... Yeah, I think this will be a C string. Alright, that's the hard part. We're going to convert all this. Oh yeah, so then, because this is based in a file, we're going to have two different functions. We're going to have one for a new empty big hash or big hash map. And then we're going to have another one for loading an existing. So that's actually a big question. Actually, it should have a single function that checks whether or not it's existing and makes it if it's not. So I think maybe big hash map open. I'm wondering if I should copy the file path to a relative buffer. I'm also wondering what to do about value size. Should I encode that? Should value size be encoded in the buffer? Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with new and delete as well to keep it standard, and then just explain what's different. Create a new file if none exists. Close file. Free memory and a file. Close file. Alright, so then here. Oh yeah, so this is where it's gonna get Interesting. I'm almost thinking I'm gonna work on this from like the base up, so I think I'm gonna actually just comment out all this other code so that I can compile it. Just with this right here. We're gonna start working on the example. Just this way we can make sure that there's no issues in these functions we're writing right away. I wonder if I should add some sort of check to make sure the value size is the same in the file. I guess not though. So I think what I'm going to do is, while the map size is 0, it's not even going to create a file. I think for our values we're just going to do 32-bit integers. So a value size of 4. And then if we're going to check if the file exists. If so, load in the data. I almost wonder, I think I should actually just call file equals fopen. I think that's just the easiest way actually. I believe I'm in the read and write. Yeah, update existing, I believe. So then if the file equals null, then none exists right now. Otherwise we load existing. So let's create the empty one, which is map size equals 0. Size, yeah, I'm gonna store size. I actually think that's all. Just setting these two. If not, then we're gonna load them from the file here. So hold on, let me see. Does update see fopen? I think the update existing starts the same name already exists, its contents. I swear, I think this starts it at the end of the, it's like a pen where it starts at the end. Oh, writing data at the end of the file. So yeah, I don't think this starts it at the end. We'll figure this out anyways. We'll see very quickly whether or not this happens or not. Yeah, so the one thing is about this is we're going to need to do endianness operations ourselves because it isn't using the stream class. But that's not that big a deal. So we're going to read in the map size and the size. 1F read call. And then we are going to need to flip the endianness if it's big endian. Actually, I don't think I need stream, because I'm not using any functions from stream. Oh yeah, and this is supposed to be 16 because it's 2. There we go. And then for delete, if hfile does not equal null, then close file. There we go. Alright, now for the hard part, we're going to be implementing these, but first of all, we're going to test this. Error missing before. Am I blind? Is there a type? Oh, this is hash map instead of big hash map. Different const qualifiers. Alright, there we go. Hold on, I'm just gonna go and get some more water. I'm just gonna switch the music though before I do that.
First you were my father, now I love you like a brother. Earthquakes shake the dust behind you. This world at times will blind you. Still I know I see you there. Come a little closer than you see.
Alright, hold on. I'll be right back. Alright. I'm just gonna focus in on programming for this. Let me see, name, wall, file.
10,000 people stand alone now, and in the evening the sun sets. Tomorrow it will rise. Time by, they all sing along. Time flies by, they all sing along. Time flies by, they all sing along. Time flies by. Come on.
My headphones are rubbing against the zipper on my shirt, and it's actually making a noise in my ear. That is crazy.
Look into my eyes. I've been breathing air, but there's no sign of life. Doctor, the problem's in my chest.
I actually think I should include the value size packed in this.
But it's anybody's guess. Doctor, can you help me? 'Cause I don't feel right. Before I change my mind. Doctor, can you help me? 'Cause I don't feel right. Better make it fast before I change my mind.
I wonder if I should do multiple F-read pills. I don't think that would really be an issue. Boom, there we go. That finds index of empty. Now we should be able to repurpose this to create index of pretty easily. Let's run this, see if there's any issues. There are no issues. Very nice. Now change this to just general index of with a hash as well.
Casting shadows, the sun was pushing through. Spoke a lot of words, I don't know if I spoke the truth. Got so much to lose, got so much to prove. God, don't let me lose my mind. Trouble on my left, trouble on my right. I've been facing trouble almost all my life. My sweet love, won't you pull me through? Everywhere I look, I catch a glimpse of you. I said it was love, and I did it for love, did it for you.
There we go. Alright, now the main function, add.
Will it come to pass, or will I pass the test? You know what they say, yeah, the wicked get no rest. You can have my heart, any place, anytime. Got so much to lose, got so much to prove. God, don't let me lose my mind. Trouble on my left, trouble on my right. I've been facing trouble almost all my life. My sweet love, won't you pull me through? Everywhere I look, I catch a glimpse of you. I said it was love, and I did it for love, did it for you. Trouble on my left, trouble on my right. I've been facing trouble almost all my life. My sweet love, won't you pull me through? Everywhere I look, I catch a glimpse of you. I said it was love, and I did it for love, did it for you. Got so much to lose, got so much to prove. God, don't let me lose my mind.
Speed.
101, take one, Mark.
Elle arrive parfois que l'idée est plus folle, plus invraisemblable. Sauf dans notre esprit. Exercise. Avec une vitesse incompréhensible. Un calcul à pas l'arithmétique. Je sais pas, je comprends pas. Je me dis, c'est quelque chose qui me sortir de moi. Je croyais que je me connaissais. Je croyais que je savais. Je sais pas, je comprends pas. Exercise. Avec du partout. Plus rien n'existe.
Did you stand there all alone? Oh, I cannot explain what's going down. I can see you standing next to me, in and out, somewhere else right now. You sigh, look away. I can see it clear as day. Close your eyes, so afraid. Hide behind that baby face. Do 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 do. slipped away. No time at all. I followed you into the hall. Cigarette, daydream. You were only 17, so sweet with the mean streak. Nearly brought me to my knees. You can drive all night, looking for the answers in the pouring rain. You wanna find peace of mind, looking for the answers. We can find a reason to change. Looking for the answers. If you can find a reason to stay. Standing in the pouring rain. You can drive all night, looking for the answers in the pouring rain. Wanna find peace of mind, looking for the answer. We can find a reason to change. Looking for the answer. If you can find a reason to stay. Standing in the pouring rain. Shake me down. Not a lot of people left around. Who knows now? Softly laying on the ground. Ooh. Not a lot of people left around. Ooh. Ooh. In my life, I've seen people walk into the sea just to find memories plagued by constant misery. Their eyes cast down, fixed upon the ground. Their eyes cast down. I'll keep my eyes
shake me down. Not a lot of people left around. Someone down over Pompeii. On both sides of ours broken. Oh my, I'm the one trying to hide this damage done. One day, all our secrets will be spoken as we
Yeah, so this next part is going to be like, I actually need to test this, make sure it's outputting the file correctly, all that. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. That'll be it for now tonight. We made a good starting point of this and got the basic design done. We at least decided how we're going to do it to the file and not to the stream. Thank you for watching. I will see you around.